Giannis didn't have access to the candy he does today. Long story short, growing up, he shared in an interview where his family couldn't afford it. Once he joined the NBA and got his first check, he bought Oreos. He loves snacks so much that it's all he could think about during his workouts. When you think of NBA players, you think they're in top shape for their game. So you think they eat healthy so they can perform at a high level. But when they're off the court, some players have been known to indulge in some unusual food habits or partake in some of the weirdest food.
What the hell is this?
You probably didn't even know such players had food habits like this, and which players are the ones doing it. Stay tuned to find out. Giannis Antetokounmpo loves his candy. This became such a big part of his life, he ended up becoming a stakeholder of a company called Candy Funhouse.
But what made you want to partner with a candy store?
Just to eat more free candy.
They've even created a candy box named after him called the Giannis Fun Box. This company had grown so much, they're now starting a reality TV show where they show the process of hiring a chief candy officer who will make $100,000 a year to essentially be the head taste tester for all the candy in their company. This will allow them to run board meetings and get to work alongside Giannis. Doesn't really sound like a bad gig if you love candy, right? Dwight Howard loved candy growing up and used to eat the equivalent of up to 24 chocolate bars a day for over 10 years. But when he joined the Lakers back in 2019, he faced reality with a choice. Do I want to live for a long time or not? Whenever he would visit his granddad, he would give him the 10-pack of fun-sized Snickers and more. Over time, he developed a sweet tooth. As he got older, he would try different types of candy all the time and go through different phases. And before he knew it, he couldn't stop.
All I wanted was Skittles, 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 and Starburst, and I couldn't stop.
Throughout his career, he would eat even 4 to 5 honey buns a day, and on top of that, he used to eat 840 grams of sugar a day. This was 11 times more than the average American at 77 grams a day. In an interview, Dwight mentioned his routine during one season where he ate McDonald's before every game. He'd get 2 double cheeseburgers, a large fry, and a small fry, a strawberry chocolate milkshake, and a large Coke. And to his surprise, he performed well. But it didn't last long though. As time went on, as he got older, and as the league started to change, he found himself falling behind. Everything started to catch up, and Dwight came to the reality check that he needed to make changes if he was going to not only perform well in the NBA, but live a longer life. So he got rid of all his candy in his pantry. Before, friends who came over could expect to leave a bucket full of candy.
We would get Tootsie Rolls, lollipops, Skittles, Starburst, Twix, Snickers, every candy you could think. It was like a gas station at my house.
After making the changes needed with his nutritionist and making new decisions, Dwight Howard is in a much better place. He's gained more discipline in his eating habits, which he claimed made his mind more clear, and as a result has set him up on a healthier path for the long haul. Now, you have another thing coming. Not all NBA players have a sweet tooth. Serge Ibaka is about to spin that for you. When Serge played for the Raptors, he started his own YouTube cooking channel and had different NBA players try his food. Now, before we move on, you might want to keep your garbage can close to you for this one. Serge mentioned in the interview that he always liked to do videos and content. He also really enjoyed cooking and wanted to make something out of it. He wanted to cook something that would be fun and funny for his viewers, right? So he went out of the box on cooking things that were considered bizarre to most people. This is how the YouTube channel How Hungry Are You came into existence. Since we left off with Giannis and his sweet tooth, let's jump over to something that's not so sweet. Giannis sat down with Serge, and to his surprise, he was presented with corn dogs, but when he asked what the meat was inside, it wasn't exactly what he expected. It was lamb tongue.
What is in the inside?
It's a lamb tongue.
What? No, bro, I'm not eating that.
Now, if you think that's bad, we got a number of other players who encountered the most bizarre foods from Serge. Kawhi Leonard had an interesting pizza experience.
Penis pizza.
Oh, nah.
Give him a buy of penis.
DeMar DeRozan had a good snack with worms.
How hungry are you, Debo?
Yo! What is yo?
Yeah,
For those who love chicken, Drew Holiday and Fred VanVleet had an interesting experience with chicken ovaries and chicken hearts.
Ovaries?
Yeah.
Ovaries?
Yeah.
Do you know what those are?
I made you chicken heart fry with gizzard.
Maybe this next food idea will lighten things up, or maybe not. Bismack Biombo had the privilege of tasting cow tongue.
What the hell is this?
We should eat this with the skin.
I'll pass. Oh no. I've worked too hard for that.
But don't hold your breath, because Kyle Lowry probably had it worst with
Testicle. Philly cheesesteak. Bruh.
What the
Is it safe to ask how hungry are you at this point? Let us know in the comments which one you thought was the grossest. Actually, let's add one more to the mix. For those who like your pork, Giannis Valanciunas and Danny Green had the interesting experience of trying pig head.
Say hello to my friend Pinky. Pinky.
The damn pig's head.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Don't let your kids watch it.
That wasn't the most delightful thing to watch, but these players next aren't going to feel the most delightful with how hot their wings are. On the YouTube channel First We Feast, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Joel Embiid, Shaq, and Jimmy Butler are in for a ride. They join Sean Evans with Hot Ones and take on 10 different Scoville levels of wings to see if they can make it until the end. That said, let's walk through a bit of Scoville level 101 so you can understand the types of heats these guys are about to walk through. We'll start with the mild stuff. Anything from 0 to 3,000 Scoville heat units is considered mild. So we're looking at a similarity of a poblano pepper, Anaheim peppers, and even banana peppers. You can find this in stir fry and toppings for sandwiches. Nothing too great. Next, medium. This is between 3,000 to 50,000 Scoville heat units. The most common pepper in this area is the jalapeno pepper, yet it's only 2,500 to 8,000, so barely touching the surface. This is also the low end of a serrano pepper, and as it moves higher, we're talking cayenne peppers and habanero peppers. You can find this in a lot of Mexican cuisines, Tabasco sauces, and spicy Asian dishes. Now for hot, this is between 50,000 to 100,000 Scoville heat units. So we're talking the high side of the habanero pepper and bringing the Scotch bonnet pepper into the conversation. This will be used in a lot of Southeast Asian cuisines to add that fiery kick to curries and spicy sauces. You also find it in Mexican dishes and Brazilian cuisines such as feijoada. As for the last level, we'll call it hellfire. At this level, you're starting at 100,000 Scoville heat units and going all the way to 1 million and beyond. This is pushing the limits, starting from ghost peppers to some of the hottest peppers in the world, such as the Carolina Reaper pepper and the Pepper X pepper. You'll find a lot of this commonly in Caribbean and Latin American cuisines. At this point, you're mostly using this level of heat for sauces and people who are extreme heat enthusiasts. It would be absolutely insane to just eat these peppers alone. Now that we've got that under our belt, let's get to eating wings. For the first 4 levels, they varied between 600 and 35,000 Scoville heat units. Everyone was okay during this time except for Jimmy, who felt something right at the start with his wing being the second hottest at 1,800 compared to Kevin Durant's at 2,100.
Ooh-wee. You snuck up on me right there.
But once they hit level 4, which varied from 9,000 to 35,000 Scoville heat units, things started to kick in for Steph, a little bit with Joel, Shaq, and Jimmy, but not Kevin. This is obviously because of his Scoville heat units was the lowest at 9,000. At level 5, the heat started to turn up.
My lips are burning. I just want to let you know that.
That's what's gonna happen. Okay. You know, in that gram, we're gonna do a deep dive on our guest Instagram.
Yet for some of the others, they tried to really tough it out.
Fucking you balling?
Yeah.
Still no problem.
No problem.
Level 6 is where the sweat and tears started to kick in.
Hey kid out of Hawaii.
Almost made a face.
Yeah.
This is also where Joel decided to share how he used to eat an entire jar of Nutella a day. The real turning point for everyone was at level 7. Steph wanted to tap out. Kevin and Jimmy started to get a little teary-eyed while Kevin was sweating just before moving on to the next wing.
I'm sweating a little bit over here.
Joel said it was easy yet showed some signs of struggle, and when Sean asked if he wanted to move to the next wing, he wasn't ready.
Not yet.
So maybe that wing wasn't so easy after all. Shaq, on the other hand, was the first to start drinking milk and putting his napkin in his mouth. And right when you thought that was the end, there was 3 more wings to go. Level 8 hit immediately.
Immediate. Ooh. I know how to. Yeah.
great.
I know it was harvested in the walls of hell, but I've gotten a lot of mileage out of it.
Kansas. Oh! Oh! Guess what got me? God.
That's smart.
First time.
That's
This
good.
is a show.
And at this point, where do we even go?
Oh, this food as hot as that last one?
So let me.
Yes or no? Don't BS me.
No,
You
no.
guessed it, level 9. Steph said he made a bet against his family, so he had no choice but to win. Kevin mentioned he started shaking, starts coughing, and his eyes are watery. Joel's still saying it's easy, but he's wiping his face. Shaq took one bite and that was the end for him. And Jimmy wouldn't let it touch his lips so they wouldn't go on fire. At level 10, Steph, Kevin, Joel, and Jimmy decide to hold on to the last wing, though Jimmy was a little skeptical.
What are you doing?
But nonetheless, these four made it to the very end. Now, if you thought these guys being on the show was a crazy decision, check out this video where the Portland Trail Blazers make a crazy decision to trade Damian Lillard to the Milwaukee Bucks.